the Mayor's Fellow Program, holiday safety, and holiday recycling. This and more up next on this week's edition of Lexington Now. In for Sherelle Roberts, and this is Lexington Now. The Mayor's Fellow Program is designed to give students the opportunity to work in the mayor's office to gain experience in government. Scott Shapiro tells us what it's all about.
Hi, I'm Scott Shapiro. I work in Mayor Jim Gray's office here, and we are going to talk today about the Mayor's Fellow Program. So this is a program where we have students from local universities, University of Kentucky or Transylvania, come in and spend either a summer full-time or during the school year a part-time internship in the mayor's office that's paid $10 an hour, not too shabby. So today we're going to be talking with our current Mayor's Fellow, Gabe Tomlin from the University of Kentucky. Hello, Gabe. Thanks for coming.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
So I'm going to ask you a few questions just so people can get a flavor of the Mayor's Fellows program. So what made you apply for the Mayor's Fellow program?
So I heard about it through my advisor, and she said she knows my interest in the arts, but I'm also interested in public relations and policy. So she referred it to me, and I applied, and now I'm here.
That's great. Yeah, you've got an interesting mix of interests. So education policy, I know that's an interest of yours. The arts and using the arts to make a difference. And you created this group on campus called Poetic Justice. Tell us about that.
Yes, Poetic Justice was an org that I started sophomore year of college. It really just started with me in a room writing by myself, but it grew into something I'm really proud of. It's a arts-oriented organization, and we use our voices to just create an environment that's conducive for creativity, and we also are really political. We have teach-ins. Our last teach-in was on Brescia Meadows. She was a 14-year-old girl who got arrested for being in an abusive home, basically, and so we had a nice informational rally around that. We collaborate with orgs. We write. Really, it's just about creating community and safe spaces for people who need them to create. Yeah.
It's amazing. I know you've published some books of poetry as well.
Yes. We published our first volume of poetry last semester, and it was just Poetic Justice Volume 1. And this semester we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to visit local high schools and elementaries to get the kids writing and get them published too. So
that's great. Well, tell us about a typical day in the life of a Mayor's Fellow here in the office.
Lots of coffee, lots of running around. I see busy folks coming in and out. But for me, it's just I come here and work on the projects that you assign and do research. It's a lot of research, a lot of conversations going on.
Tell us about the project you're working on right now, the research project.
Right now, I'm researching the digital divide here in Lexington, and just preparing for the merger with MetroNet and the fiber that's coming here. And we want to make sure that all the services that we have are equitable. So I'm making sure that we have resources and information on how to close gaps and bring things to communities that they need, and so that we're all on the same playing field. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So, is there anything that surprised you about the Mayor's Fellow program?
How nice everyone is. I don't know. I don't know why that surprised me. I think I was expecting like a bullpen, like everyone's just kind of cutthroat politicians, but it's really not that. Everybody's here just doing their job and working together. It's like really a team effort. I didn't expect that coming in, but that's a pleasant surprise.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So, what would you recommend this program to other students?
Oh, definitely, if they're interested in seeing how municipal government works and kind of seeing the behind the scenes and the wires to a city. I think it's a very valuable experience if that's your interest. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's great. And have I ever asked you to get coffee or make copies?
Never.
Okay.
Yeah, unless I'm drinking it. Yeah. So.
That's great. Well, thanks very much. Thanks for chatting with us today.
Absolutely.
And that's a little insight into the Mayor's Fellow Program. We hope that lots of students apply for it.
If you're interested in applying, visit lexingtonky.gov. The holidays can be a wonderful time of the year, but they can also be a prime time for criminal activity. Sergeant Jervis Middleton of the Lexington Police gives us some tips to avoid a holiday nightmare.
One of the first things I'd like to say is slow down when you're going to your destination. We know we're going to have some weather over the holiday season. It comes in, roads get kind of slick at times, and people get in a rush. So slow down, be careful getting there. Once you get to your destination, if you're going shopping, buying things for your loved ones, be mindful of where you park. When you get in a rush, you forget where you park, you come back in, you're wandering around in the parking lot, creates an opportunity for someone to bother you if you're that victim, if you're open and not aware of your surroundings. Lock your car doors, lock everything up, turn your alarm on. If you have packages in the car, hide them. Put them in the trunk, put stuff in the glove compartment, cover them up. Don't give the opportunity to see those items, and if you have them there, it's easy for them to just, stop by, open up the car door if it's not locked, break out a window, take it. So hide your valuables. Don't carry lots of cash. Use credit cards when you go shopping. If you have your wallet, put it in your front pocket, purse or packages or bags in front of you. Be mindful of how you carry them. Just be mindful of your surroundings. When you're walking in and out of the store, don't text, don't be on the phone call. Don't be on the phone answering phone calls. Again, distractions give the criminals the opportunity to do something to you. And then when you get out, remember where you parked. Already have your keys ready to go to your car. And if something suspicious is in the area, take note of it. Sometimes they could be just going to their car like you are. Just give them a few minutes to clear out if it bothers you. And then don't shop alone. Have a buddy system. Take somebody with you. Walk out in packs. If you see a group of people coming out, go out with them. Stop a security officer there. Stop an employee in the store that you're in. In a lot of the places, we have officers working overtime and working out there to curb some of the crime. We start getting the gifts on Christmas. We open them. We have the packages. Don't set them out on the curb. That's an alarm to someone that you have something new that they may want. We get the big 65-inch TVs. You get the box. Break those boxes down. Take them somewhere else and dispose of them. Or you can even wait to that morning when the garbage collectors are coming out to collect it, then set it out. But try not to set it out on the curb or near your home. Don't give anybody the notice or the notification that you have something new that they may want.
When we come back, holiday recycling.
We have more miles of running water than any state in the continental U.S. You may not know it, but all our streams catch water directly from storm sewers on our streets. When someone tosses a cigarette butt on Main, it could end up in Town Branch. Don't trash the bluegrass.
In Lexington, we help our neighbors. This year, our city has experienced 6 fire fatalities. The most vulnerable groups are children and the elderly. Smoke alarms are your best defense in a house fire. You can help your neighbor by donating to the Lexington Fire Department's Smoke Alarm Program. Together, we can make Lexington an even safer place to live.
Welcome to Your Health, starring Your Hands. On today's show, washing your hands. If people don't wash their hands often, especially when they're sick, they can spread germs directly to other people or onto surfaces that others touch. And before you know it, everyone has come down with something. It's important to wash your hands frequently with good soapy water. Here's some hand washing tips. Wash your hands after using the bathroom. Wash your hands after coughing or blowing your nose. Wash your hands before eating, serving, or preparing food. Wash your hands after playing with your pets or touching other animals. Wash your hands after outdoor activities. Wash your hands before and after visiting someone who's sick. Wash your hands when they get dirty. And wash your hands after changing those diapers. Thanks for watching Your Health, and remember, wash those hands frequently.
Welcome back to the show. Part of staying safe this time of year includes proper recycling to avoid advertising new items that may be in your home. Lauren Monahan gives us the lowdown on what to do with all of those extra boxes that are sure to build up around your house.
So the holiday season is upon us, and with that brings lots of new items in our homes, such as appliances or electronics. If you receive a new electronic item, for example, a big screen TV, and you may not necessarily feel comfortable placing that box to be recycled at your curb, you can bring them to one of many different recycling drop-off locations. These locations are free and open to the public to use. Many of them are open 24/7 to allow for easily accessible recycling drop-off. We're here today at the location behind Good Foods Co-op and the Habitat for Humanity Restore. These locations are easy. You can pull right up and drop off any acceptable recyclable material in Lexington's recycling program. To find the nearest recycling drop-off location to you, you can call LexCall 311 at 859-425-2255, or you can visit us on the web for a complete list of drop-off locations. That website is www.lexingtonky.gov/drop-off locations.
Christmas time is here and downtown Lexington looks the part, but there's a lot that has to be done to get it that way. Kathy Mobley walks us through the festive process.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go.
What we do is we put out a press release and we ask for trees. They need to be, of course, the Christmas tree variety. They need to be about 40 to 48 feet tall and nice and full, like this tree here. And so we can get lots of ornaments on it. And then we cut the tree down and haul it downtown and decorate it. We also do all of the lights and the trees on Main and Vine. We put garland and ribbon on all the poles, the double poles on Main Street and all the single poles on Vine Street. And so there's over 4,000 lights on the big Christmas tree in Triangle Park, and then Main and Vine have about 48,000 strands of lights between all the trees. We put boxes around the big tree to make it look festive, and it's usually a photo op. We have Santa's mailbox in 2 locations. One's at Phoenix Park and one's at Triangle Park. You put your letters in and someone actually answers those for you. And the trees are lit in Phoenix Park, and then we decorate the front of the government center and inside the government center. So it's a long process. Everything is stored at one of the park facilities and we drag it all out. So if you came to our maintenance space, you would see nothing but Christmas decorations this time of year. We actually start in the middle of October, around October the 15th, and we start on Main Street putting lights in the trees. Now sometimes we'll leave them in and they just need to be reworked, but last year we took them all out, so this year they're getting all new strands. And we have actually found a different way to string them so that they don't have to come out. We're running them up the limb and back down instead of wrapping them, so there's no harm to the tree whatsoever. And we only change it, we'll only have to change those out now when they go bad. And then we run electric down into the tree wells, and those all are on timers and they come on throughout the season. And I usually have about 6 people down there. We rent the man lifts and we put 2 in each, and then I usually have someone who's running around on the ground to bring them supplies and stuff. And then at the 1st of November we'll add 2 or 3 people to start putting the garland and stuff on the poles, and it takes sometimes a week, week and a half, just depending on the weather. Now, of course, we can't work in the trees when it's raining, and we don't want people soaking wet playing with electricity, so we try not to do that. And then I usually ask for the list. Actually, our LexCall department compiles that list for me, and when we're ready to go find a tree, we put those in around the middle of November, so I like to start a couple of weeks before and go out looking for trees, and we look at every tree that people donate to see where it would fit best and if we can use it. And we did find 2 gorgeous trees this year. So we will put those in our newsletter and thank the people who donated them, and then I'll call everyone on the list and let them know I did look at their tree and that we are either going to use it or we're not. It does take a very special tree to be the main tree because it has to be a certain size and a certain fullness. The tree lighting ceremony is always the Friday after Thanksgiving, and then once that's all done and everything is lit and they're all on timers, then we go in and do the government center, and that takes about 3 days, and I use 5 to 6 people to do that. We just go in and put everything together, lay it all out and put it together, and you can come in there that first Monday after Thanksgiving and we will take over the whole first floor of the government center with our supplies.
And if your tree wasn't selected this year, you can try again next time. Sometimes all a tree needs to be perfect is a year or two to grow. It's the week before Christmas, so there are no meetings to be televised. But when there are, you can watch them live, as well as our other programming right here on Lex TV channel 185 or on our live stream, and find any meeting archived at lexingtonky.gov/LexTV, or find other programming on our YouTube channel at Lex TV. That's all for this edition of Lexington Now. Keep up with us all week long on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter at our handle @LexRex. Or get a bird's eye view of our live traffic cams on the city's website, lexingtonky.gov. Be sure to tune in next week as we take a look back at the year that was 2017 at City Hall. For the staff and producers at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.